What is up, you guys? Welcome to session number 74. We are coming in on a hot week here. We have the market really taking a dive today. Tensions in the Middle East as Iran on Saturday launched off 300 missiles and drones towards Israel in response to the attack that Israel placed on Iran a few weeks ago. So there's a lot. I'm not going to get into politics at all. This is geopolitics, but we're mainly here to see how the market is reacting towards geopolitical news that's going on, and we are awaiting right now Israel's response. We have President Joe Biden coming out trying to get Israel to stand down and to really take this as a win, as we Israel and the US has really intercepted those 300 drones and missiles. And apparently I read that at cost Iran up to $700 million to launch that artillery. So right now we're seeing, I thought the market was going to be way worse than it is today, but we have President Joe Biden coming out telling Israel that they are not going to be responding with Israel if they do decide to respond towards Iran. So let's see how the market is reacting. Pretty much have the news right here. Right now you have a special report on market sell-off on this geopolitical news, so we're not going to dive into that, but we just wanted to touch on the geopolitical news that's going on. So right now diving into the portfolio, we are sitting at 26,000, and we have 19 in the market here, market value, and a cash balance at 6,923 and 24 cents. So we're going to be doing the buy of the day, $20 buy of the day. We're also going to do a covered call today on Palantir, as we did not get assigned on Friday on our previous covered call. So we're going to do another covered call here. Let's go see now how the market is reacting, guys. So we have it really coming below that 50-day moving average, going towards that 200-day. That's SPX, S&P 500. We're sitting at 5,063 right now. We could see this. Really just depends what Israel decides to do. We could really see this coming down towards that 200-day moving average, and it'll be a key, sell-off. We see it really running up since the bottom here, 4,103. So that was back in October. We saw it really run up, coming above that 200-day here, really making a run, as I think it was the beginning in December when they decided to pause rates, and we saw it really run up, and now we see this really come down below that 50-day for the first time in a while. We see it kept bouncing, and then now, due to the geopolitical news that's going on with Iran and Israel, we see it really coming down below that 50-day moving average towards that 200-day moving average. So now, let's dive into the positions now. We see market value. Actually, let's go to Open P&L, guys. We see Meta, Nvidia, DraftKings, Amazon, and Netflix being the top 5 in the portfolio right now as far as Open P&L return percentage. We have Meta 233, 190. Nvidia, we have a 195. DraftKings, we have 151. Amazon 80, and then Netflix we have at 62. The bottom part of the portfolio, we have really PayPal, Nike, Tesla, Starbucks, and Zoom. We have Tesla in the news today, and that is because they have decided to lay off, I believe it was 10% of their workforce right here. Plans to lay off more than 10% of the workforce globally. So we see it really selling off, now selling at 162.50 there, and it really has brought Tesla down negative 8% P&L for us. And then we have these stocks: PayPal, Nike, Starbucks, and Zoom being the bottom of the portfolio. So that's top 5, bottom 5 in the portfolio. So as far as market value, guys, we have QQQ still being the top in the portfolio. It's our favorite ETF, more volatile than the S&P 500, better returns than the S&P when the market's doing good, and it sells off more than the S&P if the market tends to be in a correction, recession, so on, and that gives us the opportunity to buy more when it's selling off more. So a lot more volatile than SPX. We have it at 26 shares. We have 11,000 in. We have open P&L 2.33%, and that's, you know, still after what happened this weekend. We are still up on this position, but we are seeing it really selling off here, almost at oversold values here. It's creating an opportunity for us to add more in, and we see it really coming down below that 200-day moving average for the first time, since looks like it was last November. We saw it really bouncing off that 200-day, similar to the S&P 500, and then now with the geopolitical issues going on right now with Iran and Israel, we see it really coming down here below the 200-day moving average around 431. And so now we want to add more in. We're going to add 4 shares in, guys, make it a solid 30 shares in the portfolio. Let's go ahead and add 4 shares. Let's lock in 4 shares. Market that it comes out to 1,725, guys, is the amount. So let's go ahead and lock this in. So that we got filled at 431.36. So that is 4 shares of QQQ. We see it really coming, selling off here, presenting a deal at 36 RSI. We could see it still come down, as still in the 36 range. We could see it going towards the 30 RSI oversold value level or below. So it really just depends what Israel decides to do here, and we are awaiting their response. So right now we have Palantir being the second biggest in the portfolio here with 207 shares. We bought these last week. Motivation to do covered calls on them, and we did do one last week, and we did 2 contracts last week. I believe it was a total, I think each one was $29, total of 58. So did not get assigned on Friday, and we're just going to collect that $58 in the cash balance and move on and do now another covered call here on Palantir. So let's go ahead and go to Palantir. We see it at $21.97, and our average price here is $22.61. We have to keep in mind we need to do a 22. I would say actually we're going to be doing a 23 strike like we did last week. Let's see what we can get, if we could get anything for that in the April 19th. Let's go to calls here. 23 looks like $17 here with looks like a 23 delta. That is, let's go look at the April 26th. We see 39. And remember, we could do 2 of these since we have 200 shares. So let's go ahead and just do an April 19th here. We're going to do 17. And let's go ahead and go down to the order entry here. It automatically sets to 10, so be careful if you're on Webull, if you're selling options. So we're gonna do 2 quantity. We're gonna do a strike price of 23, guys. We're trying to get filled at the 17 here. So that would put us around, I believe, $34. So let's go ahead and lock this in, guys. Move myself over here. All right, so we have a Palantir 23 strike, April 19th. We have a limit order going in for 17. Let's see if we get filled for the 34.11. Let's go ahead and lock this in. All right, guys, we just got filled at 2 contracts of Palantir at 17, so we got $34 straight to the cash balance here, as you saw it go up a little bit there, up $34 on the cash balance. So now we already know what stock we're gonna buy, and due to Tesla really coming down, due to them going to be laying off 10% of its workforce globally, for the $20 buy of the day, we're going to go ahead and buy $20 of Tesla today. So $20 buy of the day is going to be going to Tesla here. So let's go ahead and lock in $20 buy here on Tesla. Take off stop loss, take profit. All right, so $20. Order quantity 0.12335. Let's go ahead and lock in this buy of Tesla. All right, guys, so for the total account value, we are 26.6 with a total market 21.4 in the market, and then we have a cash of 5,200, guys. So that is session number 74. We are not going to be selling today as the market is selling off here. We're going to wait until it comes back up to be able to sell, at a higher RSI level. So that is session number 74. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are not subscribed here yet, please consider subscribing. Please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm and hit that notification bell to get updates on when we post. If you guys are not a part of the community yet on Discord, go over to mogulfellows.com and get that invite while it's free. Get over on Discord. And then also we do want to mention we are now doing more research on mogulfellows.com. Topics include wealth, health, relationships, etc. Whatever we want to research, guys, we are going to be putting on the website, and you can see me, what I am researching, and what the brand Mogul Fellows is researching. Go over to mogulfellows.com, check that out. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We will stay tuned on what Israel does in the next few days or hours, and I won't see you guys till next week, so I'll update then. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Till next time, hit the outro.